Well, here we go. As another quickie, you might say, on installation. My 300 guy, yeah, he has a 300. It's metal, and he has a metal tender. And I, of course, figured everything out with the plastic tender. Sorry about that. But anyway, I've got it now. little tweak here and there. I'm going to walk through it and share it with the rest of the gang in case somebody else is curious. But this is the rectifier, and this is the power distribution board. We will hook up the track from here, and this front truck to here, the rear truck to here, underneath, and that's how we'll get power into these rectifiers. And that power will be AC from the track, and these guys convert it to DC, and then this is our DC distribution. And this board is on a little platform, and he's sitting just above the reverse board because it gets tight back here, and I had to stack them in some way, so you can see how we stack them that way. The bottom board is a I don't know, re-engineer of the Lionel 0103 reverse board, digital reverse. Andy's gone through this at least 3 times. We beefed up every component, beefed up the tracks. It's a fairly rugged, pretty reliable, doesn't overheat, and can handle 2 amp power requirements pretty easily. These are 6 amp, but I haven't tested this on a dual drive diesel yet, so I'd probably let me do that, not you, okay? But a single motor steam engine, especially with the DC fields or a can or something like that, this will be perfect for that, okay? So it sits on top of this, and the good news is I found 2 holes underneath for mounting things. This is the old hole for mounting lead weight, I think, and then this was for something else. I forget what poked through there. Maybe something, I forget. At any rate, so we're going to use those 2 for mounting the plate that holds us together, and I've got 2 little plastic pins right there that kind of gives us some location, so you can kind of pop it in there and then screw this down. Now, how this comes together, I gave you a little bit on that with the installation. There's a positive on the output because DC is negative and positive. AC is ground and hot because it's alternating. But the upper top, the one here, I use to the rear. Now that's just how I do it. It's my convention. It doesn't mean you have to do it the same. It's fine, whatever. And then, but each one of these are positive, and they're marked on here. That's put into the ink. So if you're using, this is the distribution, what you use it for, your red to red, positive to positive. Now how we wire this up underneath the motor controller, I'll show you over here. So we have our distribution board, and this is the side that we use, and we have the red here, and what I do is I run the wire down underneath and then back around so that I can find this outside corner, as that's where that positive is. Then it has a screw in lug terminal, okay? So you strip the wire back, push it in, tighten it up, give it a little tug, make sure it's tight, and you can solder these or you can put it on a connector. Right now I'm soldering because of the headroom is getting tight, and I had to get rid of the terminals for the top. It was just too tall, okay? Then the negative is right next to it. It takes the same route and it goes to the negative terminal, and it's also a screw-in lug. This is how you're going to get the DC, AC track, DC converted power to the motor control board. You're going to route a pair of wires underneath here and screw them into this backside right there to that blue guy. See that? Plus MCB, motor control board. Plus is on the outside. So that's positive on the outside right there. Okay, now that's wired up. Now to get to the motor, it's easy. There's a pair of those lugs back here. You get in the light. You loosen those up. You put some motor wire in. And let's see, this is the front, given what I'm looking at. So you route those wires up and over and down and then up into the engine, or you wire them into your harness. I've been doing the harness a little bit where I have, if the, the plug-in, the 4 plugs, and if I have them, fine, I use them. If not, I'll route them underneath and up. That's how you hook the motor up. The motor doesn't really have, there is positive and negative. Some motors do have a positive and negative. If it says so, fine. But, it's somewhat, it just goes the other direction. So that's something to think through. Okay, so there's how you hook up the motor. It's 2 wires to hook up the motor control for the reverse. It's 2 wires to get your AC power into the motor control. And then it's 2 more wires to get it to the motor. Now it's 2, 4, 6 wires. It's not bad, okay? It's not scary. It's not, okay? Take your time. Make sure there's no metal around this. That's why I had to mount this on this platform here, and I had to make sure you had lots of clearance around here. If these things are not only hot, but they're hot current-wise, and you don't want them to touch any metal, okay? If you need to, you could put some heavy cardboard around it or something like that just to keep it insulated. But, some of the old flyer, especially the metal, they did put some like tack paper on the side to keep it from touching. But you mount it, you want to make sure it's squared and centered and it's not caca. And these things can bend. They have wire leads, so if anything gets bent in the assembly, make sure you straighten it out and it's far away from the wall. And remember, this does not click into neutral or anything. It just goes to neutral and then it goes to reverse. So you won't hear anything. Just watch your engine. You can wire a headlight in or something in so you can see when your power's on, but you also can put in a rear light, wire that in with a diode so that when the motor is given a certain signal, it lights up. And if the motor's in reverse, that's how you would wire that light up so that when you're in reverse, you got a backup light and that tells you what gear you're in or what direction you're heading. Of course, the engine will move. Right? Okay. Anyway, it's real easy. And a DC, let me see, do I have something? Oh, no, it's all over on the other side. I don't have a DC motor, but you know what they look like. We've been showing you those for quite a while. Go back and look at something. The engines, we have, we take off the wire wound fields and replace them with a permanent magnet field. And then we put the brush holder and the armature in, and the brushes and springs, bolt that all together, check your backlash, make sure everything's snug but has free motion. Then you bring those 2 wires up and you tie those into your brush clips, and you got this. If you got some test bed or something, you got to put it up on something so it can spin freely. I do. I live on these things basically. I've got a pair next to my bed actually. No, I'm teasing. At any rate, you wire up your motor and you can sit here and make sure, put this on a little piece of track, make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to. Nothing looks hot, nothing's smoking, nothing's turning brown. And if it looks good, runs good, then you're all set. Cap it up, put it together, put it on the track, let her eat. Okay, so this is the older tin frame, couple of holes, got a new base plate, and that's how you put it together. I'll put all these into something more nice someday and share them with you, but if you can come back here and look, then you'll know. Okay, onward and upward. Next, I think I'll do the firebox. Okay, bye.